I just found out that I launched a really bad bug in my app, and it's been around since like end of November. It's currently the second week of January, so come with me today while I go out and try to debug this ridiculous bug that I found. Okay. All right. So first, let me set the stage of what bug did I actually create. The bug that I ended up creating was first of all, let me talk about my app that I'm actually building. It's called Monty. It is an AI meeting recording tool, and it's basically a tool that lets you record a meeting on your phone. We record it, transcribe it, and then afterwards we summarize it for you. You can see a summary, we see the whole transcript, and if you want, you can chat with it to get any additional insights that you want. Now, a really key feature of the application is the fact that while recording, you can maybe swipe away to a different app or turn your phone off and just let it sit in the corner, do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be on all the time. And this is a feature that I originally launched, but then out of nowhere, my co-founder, Meng on social media, and we were testing out the app and we realized, oh no, when the app gets swiped away or the user turns off the phone, the recording fails. Horrible bug. And the worst part is we both know that this was working when we initially launched the app. So somewhere over the past month or so, something broke. So come with me and let's try to figure out how to fix this together. So obviously shipping out a bug is never a great feeling, and especially with mobile apps, shipping out a bug that is specifically a bug on the client side is always super tough, because with any mobile apps, you have to submit a new app version to get it reviewed by Apple, by Google, before the fix can be pushed out to other people. And unfortunately, this bug where the recording stopped once the user swiped away or turned off the phone screen, the root cause of the bug, it existed on the client side code. It wasn't something that I could fix on the back end. This isn't really that much of an issue with web applications though, because with web applications, I'm able to push code changes whenever I want, and the new version will get deployed to everybody instantaneously. But then once again, with mobile applications, you have to wait for Google or Apple to approve your application, and then you also have to wait for your user to update that app version as well. So some people might never actually end up updating your app, so they're going to be stuck with the buggy version for the rest of their life. That's probably the biggest downside with working with mobile apps, is the fact that you always have to have some type of backward compatibility and forward compatibility for old and new versions alike. That's why for me personally, with building my mobile app Monty, I try to push as much of the logic away from the client. So I try to let it live within the backend, so I can make quick changes and whenever I want in my backend code, which is hosted by Supabase, or I try to push as much logic as I can into PostHog, which is my product operating software. And the way that I do this within PostHog is by creating a feature flag for every single new feature that I built. This lets me enable or disable certain features with a single click of a button within PostHog without having to get any additional code reviews from Google or from Apple. Now, going back to debugging this really bad bug that I introduced, I knew for a fact that I had added support for this feature long ago. So I started looking at the past commit histories. I found all the changes that I had to do to make sure that this background recording feature was supported. And then when I was looking at the changes that I added in my old commit history and I was comparing to my current code base, somehow all that code disappeared in my current code base. And after a lot more searching, I found the git commit that actually was the root cause of that problem. So clearly it was a bug that I introduced because I'm the only developer on this project. But what's more interesting is the fact that I vividly remember when I was building out this application, I did so much of it with the help of LLMs and AI code editors. So I introduced this bug into my code because I trusted the LLM and the AI code editors way too much without seeing the potential consequences and actually reviewing the code thoroughly before merging it into my code base. Don't get me wrong, I still love using LLMs and I still love using AI code editors, but this is a really big wake-up call on my end to remind myself that while LLMs are great, they are not perfect, and I need to be a lot more vigilant with reviewing the code that LLMs and AI writes before merging it into my final code base. All right, so luckily after maybe 30 minutes of debugging, I was finally able to get a bug fix and I'm able to successfully record in the background. I'll show you right now actually. So I just open up my app. I'm going to start a new recording right there. So hey, right now I'm recording, and then when I swipe away from the app, you're going to see that it still records. You can see that at the very top, the microphone is still on, indicating it's still recording. And then if I turn my phone screen off, you can see that it is still recording at the very top. The microphone symbol still on. And then when I exit out, and then this is the app, and I press stop, and I'm going to let the recording process. At the very end, you're going to see that it picked up my entire transcript and I didn't stop recording at all. As you can see right there, it got the entire recording, even when the phone was turned off or when the app was put into the background. So the bug was fixed. I just submitted a brand new build to Apple and to Google to review it. So just gotta wait maybe for the next 24 to 36 hours for this build to be submitted, completed, and then pushed out to the rest of my users. So pretty bad bug fix, a lot of lessons to learn from this one. So gotta make sure to remember that. That's about it for today's coding vlog. It is pretty late over here. I am going to eat dinner and get ready to unwind a little bit. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.